Hello everybody, happy Sunday. Welcome to Sunday Night Live. Just going to get myself adjusted properly here. Make sure that we are live and make sure that we don't start without anyone here. Hello Peter, I can see that you've logged on. Guys, give me a holler in the comments if you're here watching on this beautiful Sunday night. Let me know what you got up to today as well. It has been an amazing week. We've had a great week of weather, and I wanted to quickly touch base about the discussion we had with Lizzie during the week on Friday night for our Fashion Fridays. How amazing was that discussion? I had no idea about white pants, right? Give me a holler in the comments below if you're someone who wears white pants, because that certainly is not me, but I was really, really impressed. So thank you, Lizzie, for doing your Fashion Friday with us. Guys, if you would like Lizzie to answer any of your fashion questions, make sure you pop them on the post that we did on Friday, or even just ask a question in the group on one of the comments and tag Lizzie in it. And she is so happy, guys, to answer your fashion questions in her Friday night topics. So if you were someone who commented on Lizzie's post on Friday and yesterday, hi Mel, you are going in the draw tonight to win as well. So we've got a few little goodies to go out tonight. So as you're aware, Sunday Night Lives, we always do our Self-Care Sunday. So those of you that were in on that today, you're in the draw for that one tonight. We're doing 3 tonight. We're going to do Self-Care Sunday. We're going to do a draw for those who commented and said hi to Lizzie and answered Lizzie's questions. And we are going to do a giveaway just for you ladies watching live tonight. So if you're watching live and you want to win something, all you got to do is stay on with us for the next half an hour or so, and still be on at the end, and hopefully I will draw your name. So let's do a shout out to who's here. Remember to give me a hello in the comments. Hi Liv, hi Peter, hi Mel, hi Shauna. Thank you for joining us. Okay. So let's get straight into it. Tonight's topic is about weight loss strategies. So you might have seen the post I put up in the group today about how weight loss is not linear and it's more of a journey. Sort of, I did the explanation of the road. And tonight we're going to talk about why your long-term weight loss efforts and your long-term efforts to maintain your weight are not always working. Sometimes they do, but we're going to have a look at sometimes why they're not working. And you know what I'm talking about, don't you? So you could do you might be one of 2 scenarios. You are doing a weight loss program or challenge. You eat really well for 8 to 12 weeks. You lose a stack of weight. You're so happy. You're so pumped. The program finishes. You feel amazing, yeah? But a few weeks afterwards, the weight creeps back on. And you have started eating back into your normal patterns and your normal foods and your normal routines. You're grabbing the little bits of extras food here and there. You're enjoying life because, well, you're not on a strict 8 to 12 week program anymore. And you've already achieved that beautiful weight loss that you wanted to achieve. So there's no harm, right? You slip back into those habits that got you there in the first place. And then this spirals until you hit the higher scale weight. You start to feel bad about yourself. We won't want to do that, do we, ladies? And you go on yet another weight loss program. Hands up who's done this. Hands up, guys, if you've been on that continuous cycle of losing weight, yo-yo dieting, putting it back on. Another diet, put it back on. Try a different diet, put the weight back on. Give us a holler or a yes, or even just a love heart if this has been you in the past. Or the other method that really sucks, the other method of weight loss that sucks, is the one where you are always stressing about your food. You're stressing about your weight. You're consistently, on and on again, on a diet all the time. Okay? You're always looking at foods as good or bad. Yeah? Give me a holler, this is sounding like you too. You start saying no to yummy foods all the time. It's just like a consistent line of never being happy, of never really knowing what you're doing, but you think you can't have something, and you're feeling deprived all the time. You're consistently watching what you eat, and you feel like you never get a break from dieting, okay? But even though you never get a break from dieting, you never actually see the results that you want to see. Give me a holler if this has been you as well at some point. I know it's been me, right? It was end of last year, middle of last year, was the first time I walked into a bakery and bought a Kitchener bun. I kid you not, guys. I spent my entire life feeling guilty if I bought something from a bakery. Yeah? So it took me until last year to happily walk into a bakery and buy a baked good full of cream, full of sugar, whatever, right? And hands up if that's something you've done too, because you have grown up thinking, or you've lived your adult life thinking you can't have any of these things because it will go straight to your hips or you'll put on weight. Yeah, Mel's feeling guilty when you have it. Absolutely, that guilt. Oh my God, we have to get rid of that guilt. All right, so I'm hoping that we can touch on that a little bit tonight for you guys. And start to really diminish some of those negative feelings around food and weight loss. And hopefully I can guide you to a strategy that I know works a little bit. So something I want you to note tonight is that weight loss is not linear. So linear means it's a straight line. My hand's not straight, so it's not a straight line. Linear means it's a straight line, okay? So hands up if you have ever felt disappointed with the weight on the scale because it went up 1 week. Or you've been disappointed with the weight on the scale because it didn't move for 1 week. Yeah? Even though you thought you should be losing weight every single week, right? We seem to think that if we're on a weight loss program, we have to lose weight every single week or we are failing. That is not the case, okay? You also expect that if you eat well and move more, your weight will consistently reduce. And when it goes up, you don't start to think, maybe it's part of my menstrual cycle, or maybe I had some extra processed carbs this week. What do you think? You think you're the failure. You think you did something wrong. And you start over-analyzing everything you did that week, even though you ate better, you might have eaten less, and you moved your body more. If that scale didn't move down or if it went up, the first thing that you do is criticize and analyze yourself. And I want you to stop doing that, okay? That stops right now. Stops tonight. The scale does not give you the full picture. The scale is one piece of data. So as we discovered before, weight loss is not linear. It's not consistently heading in the same direction all the time because of the following reasons. Number one, scale weight is different to body fat weight. The scales will show your water weight, and the water weight comes thanks to a change in carbohydrates. It comes as a change in your hormones, and ladies, our hormones are changing every 2 weeks. You know this, okay? And sometimes, for no bloody reason at all, absolute randomness, your body just wants to hold water. Quite often it might be because we're stressed, because we're tired. It's our body's way of protecting ourselves, yeah? But sometimes there is no bloody explanation and your body just wants to add on a kilo of water weight. It happens, right? Number two, your body begins to adapt to your new normal. And eventually it makes it harder to lose weight because you are consistently doing the right thing. And your body gets used to you doing the right thing, so it wants to work at that pace. And whatever you throw at it, you have to change it up every now and then, okay? Because it gets used to what you're doing. So you just have to tweak things every so often to just give your body that bit of a shake-up. If you are continually eating at 1,200 calories, which you shouldn't be, I'm using that as an example, then your body is going to learn to survive on 1,200 calories. If you are consistently eating at 2,400 calories, then your body will learn to adjust to eating at 2,400 calories. Although if you're eating 2,400 calories, you'd want to be working out a fair bit, yeah? Number three, your progress can be linear. It can be linear, all right? And heading down towards your goal, but the weight on the scale might not be, okay? So your progress might be linear. You might be consistently losing weight, or you might be consistently putting on muscle, but the weight on the scale might not be showing that for you, okay? So again, that scale is one piece of data, Just because the scale goes up didn't mean your body fat went up. Okay, it doesn't mean anything. It means water weight, or it means, you know, whatever. So linear results, yes, they can happen. Linear results on the scale can happen, particularly if you've got a lot of weight to lose and you haven't done a weight loss program for a while. You probably will see a weight loss every week for a while when you start. And that's cool, but it won't happen forever. You can't live on a calorie deficit for your entire life. Yeah? Let me say that again, ladies. You cannot live in a calorie deficit for your entire life. Calorie deficits, for those that don't know, is when you eat less calories than you are burning through the day. And calorie deficits are meant to be short periods of time where you want to lose body fat. They are not meant to be long term, and we're going to go into that a bit longer. So I want you to start to think of your weight loss in terms of cycles. There are 2 cycles we are going to talk about tonight. You are either in a shred cycle, which is when you are losing body fat or body weight, right? Or a maintenance cycle, when you are maintaining that weight, whatever weight it is you're maintaining, right? If you are keen on bodybuilding and sculpting and doing muscles, building your muscles, then there is a 3rd cycle that we look at that's called bulking. But I think for the majority of this group, the purposes of tonight, we're going to look at the 2 main ones, and they are to do with weight loss. So that is a shred and a maintenance phase. So these are 2 phases. During the shred cycle is when you go hard. So that would be like the people on our 8-week challenge at the moment. You are in a shred. You are eating at a calorie deficit. You are moving your body more, and your purpose is not only to feel better and build healthier habits, but to lose weight. Okay, that is a shred. You work really hard for a short period of time of around about 8 to 12 weeks. In a shred, you increase your movement or steps, you increase the quality of food, and you decrease calories. It is that simple. You all know this. You all know that you need to reduce calories and move more to burn body fat, yeah? But you don't want to go generally more than 10 weeks in a shred. I know some people do 12, some people do 16. But what happens is your body starts to recognize, like I said before, it starts to recognize your new patterns. It gets used to this new way of living, and it begins to adjust. I find in my experience, both for myself and for my clients, that 10 to 12 weeks is too long. It's too long mentally. You need to give yourself a mental break. And if you're not in the mental game with your weight loss, then you need to come off and take a break, because that's when that self-guilt and that doubt creeps in, and then you start to ruin things with food. You throw your hands in the air and say, I don't give a crap anymore. So that's why I like to cut it to 8 weeks, no more than 10, because mentally you do struggle. 8 weeks is the perfect amount of time to go hard. It's a perfect amount of time to see results and to stay motivated. Yeah, it's a great amount of time to stay motivated through the whole time. If you want to go down to 6 weeks, maybe you want to do a 6-week shred, that's fine too. But I would ask the question though, how badly do you want to see good results? Yeah, you can see some results in 6 weeks, but you'll see more in 8, and you'll learn more in 8. So the shred phase is when you give it your all. You give it all your focus. You go hard and you lose as much body fat as you can. So ideally, if you've got it to lose, which is something you need to analyze, you would aim for between 4 and 6 kilos of body fat loss in an 8-week shred, okay? If you've got that to lose. Now, if you are someone who might only have 10 kilos to lose, you might be on the lighter end of that. You might lose 4 kilos a week, because the lighter you are, the harder it is to shift that body weight. Sorry guys, it's just the way that is. But if you are a little bit bigger and you've got 20, 30, 40, 50 kilos to lose, then that 4 to 6 kilos is probably going to happen. You may even lose a little bit more. More is great if that's your goal. Let me know, guys, if you are with me. I'm just going to take a break. Let me know if you're with me so far. Give me a thumbs up or ask me a question or something. Let me know that I haven't confused you yet. Cool, getting lots of thumbs up. Excellent. So, well done, guys. I've got you so far. So, we've talked about a shred. Now, the other phase is when you're not in a shred, you are in maintenance phase. And maintenance is exactly the way it sounds. Maintenance phase is maintaining that weight. Now, if you're doing a maintenance phase after a shred, you are going to maintain your new weight. So let's say you started at 100 kilos, you did an 8-week shred, you went down to 95 kilos in an 8-week shred. During your next maintenance phase, you're going to want to stay there around that 95, yeah? That's what maintenance is. We're just going to stay there. Maintenance is when you will eat more calories than you did in the shred, but not enough to put back on lots of body fat and undo all the good work that you did, right? You want to eat at your maintenance level of calories. Your maintenance level is the level of calories your body needs to survive given your activity levels, right, and your metabolism. It's not the amount of calories you need to grow muscle or put on body fat, and it's not the amount of calories you need to lose weight. It is the amount of calories just to exist to maintain where you are. If you are not sure, side note, if you are not sure how many calories you need, go back through our group in here. I did a video on how to write your own food plan back in October. And in there, I gave you the information about how to work out how many calories your specific body needs. So go back and find that. I can always post it later if someone reminds me. Okay, so, sorry, let me find my spot. Maintenance phase is the time where you can let loose a little bit. You can enjoy some wine, some chocolate, and you don't have to say no to some of those beautiful treats that people are putting in front of you, yeah? You do that in a shred, but not in a maintenance phase. But this is where so many people go wrong, and this is where you may have gone wrong in the past. So remember we talked about the yo-yo dieting, how you're on a diet, you feel good, and then you put it all back on? Where you're putting it back on is where you should be doing a maintenance phase, right? And the reason it goes back on is because you simply splurge on foods that you had restricted during the shred phase, okay? Or you may still have that beautiful, wonderful sense of, oh, I've lost all this weight, I'm not going to put it back on. You might still be rushing on those endorphins and that you don't think you can put back on the weight. Sorry. You don't think you're going to put that weight back on because you've just worked so hard to take it off. And how on earth could it come straight back on, yeah? Sometimes, sorry, I lost my spot for a second there. So remember how we mentioned that when you're in a shred phase, you need to take note of new habits that are forming while you're in the shred phase. Things like drinking more water, getting daily exercise, and making better food choices. Those things, to make your maintenance phase successful, those things need to be carried with you into that maintenance phase. So you don't blow out on your maintenance phase. You can enjoy those treats, but you need to remember those healthy habits that you've learned in that shred phase, okay? These have to be the basis of your life now, or you are going to go back to where you were before the shred. Especially if you want to lose more weight in the future. So if you've done an 8-week shred and you've lost some weight, but you know you've got more to lose, this maintenance phase is a break. It's what we call a break, yeah? A diet break. You don't want to undo everything. You just want to maintain. So maintenance phase, how long should it last? It should last for between 2 to 4 weeks if you have lots of weight to lose. If you've got less weight, like not a lot of weight to lose, then you can go longer on that one. Then you get back into another 8-week shred. Go all in, lose as much weight as you can, then go into another maintenance phase just to balance out, to give you that mental break that we talked about, to spike your metabolism a bit more by giving it a bit more food, to give your body a bit of a rest, all those sorts of things, and try and maintain that new weight for a month or so, yeah? So remember we talked about 100 kilos, you came down to 95, your maintenance phase, you might want to stay at 95 for a month, yeah? Just reset everything. And then you go again, and in the next 8 weeks, you might lose 6 kilos, so now you're down to 89. Then you do a maintenance phase at 89 for 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month. Then you go again, and you just keep plodding away. Now, the reason we do this is because if you are continually in an 8-week shred, which isn't, 8 weeks if it's continual. If you are continually in a shred, right, your body begins to adjust. So you have to bring it down and come back up, because when you reset your calories back to your maintenance level, your body relaxes. your body heals, everything starts to work the way it should. You know, your cells start to regenerate, everything just gets a break. So you give yourself that break. It's like going on holiday. You work really hard for 8 weeks, then you go on a little holiday with your family, yeah? Then you go hard again. This is what we want to get into. You have to give your body a mental break. You have to give it a physical break. You've got to give it good food in between. Now, during the maintenance phase, I want to be very clear here. During a maintenance phase, you may put on a kilo or 2, right, on the scale. This is because you are relaxing a little bit. You might be eating more carbohydrates. Your body might be holding a little bit more water. That's okay. Okay, that maintenance phase is where you want to live. It's fine. It's normal. You want this, okay, because you need these 3 to 4 weeks, like I said, to really live, to go on that little holiday, that mental holiday, and enjoy life. The idea is that you keep cycling through that shred and maintenance phase until you reach your goal weight. Then you go under your goal weight a little bit more, just as a bit of a buffer. I like my buffers. And then you would stay on maintenance phase pretty much forever, right? So by then, if you've done that many shreds, you know what your body needs. You know how much exercise your body needs to maintain. You know how much food you can put in. And you'd be very surprised how much food you can put in your body without putting on any weight, guys, okay? So once you've done those sort of shred cycles for a little while, you will have ingrained in your head all those wonderful habits, right? Things like walking more, eating better foods, drinking more water, getting more sleep, trying to de-stress a little bit more. And so by the time you reach your goal weight, your maintenance should be so easy. It should be second nature. All your habits will be in place and maintenance will not be a problem. And if you are doing a weight loss program that does not encourage you to look at your habits like drinking and walking and sleeping and de-stressing and all those sorts of things, please reach out to me. That is, healthy habits are the foundation of a healthy weight management program, and that is what we do here at 30 Minute Mummy. So if you've ever been on a shred and all they did was say, eat this many calories and walk this many steps, and that's all you learned, that's great. You've learned some things, but if you're not building habits that can sustain you long term, I really, really do want you to reach out to us here. So, will you ever gain weight again once you've reached your goal weight? Will you ever gain weight again? Of course you will. You'll gain some weight, yeah? We don't stay at the same weight forever. That just doesn't happen. We have things like Christmas. We have things like birthdays. There's stressful periods in our life when we just want to sit on the bloody couch and eat a block of chocolate. It's okay. That is life, okay? So when you don't stay at exactly your goal weight for, you know, a couple of months in and you don't stay there and you go up a little bit, what do? You can go back on another shred, yeah? But if you've got those habits ingrained through that, you'll know exactly what you need to do and it's not going to be as hard. Maintenance phase is easy because as long as you have all of those habits in place, you can generally eat whatever you want to. You won't find though, once you know what your body sits at, that you won't want to gorge. Maybe you're someone who gorges and eats huge meals. You'll find that you won't want to do that as much once you've been through this cycle a couple of times. Okay, because you get to a place where you really want to look after your body. All right, give me a thumbs up or a heart. Let me know that you're still with me. Let me know that I haven't lost you on all of this, shred phase and maintenance phase stuff. Let me know in the comments below if you've got any questions. It's really hot in here, I'm sorry. I need a drink tonight. So, put simply, if you are someone who is dieting every day or who has dieted every day, you're consciously doing it, and you expect consistent weight loss every single week, I want you to stop that now, okay? Don't expect consistent weight loss results week in, week out. It doesn't happen. Our bodies will throw the scale up, all right? For some reasons we have no idea about, and for some reasons we've talked about already tonight. The most successful weight loss actually happens in the cycles, okay? because you can maintain it for longer periods of time, because you are not consistently, like we said, on a diet all the time with the self-guilt and not having any foods and not enjoying life. The successful ones are in cycles where you go hard, you maintain. You go hard, you maintain. And it's easier that way because you know it's only 8 weeks, right? And guys, in the 8-week challenge, we're saying that all the time. It's only 8 weeks, yeah? Because you know there's a cutoff date. When you do a cycle, you know that there's an end date. You go hard and then there's an end date. You can go and have a wine and whatever and get back to normal life, yeah? As I say to everybody who works with me, I say it to myself, everyone in the challenge, it's only 8 weeks. You don't need to do any more than 8 weeks, yeah? Now, some of you might be asking how many times a year do you do a shred phase? That depends on how much weight you have to lose. You could do 4 or 5 shreds in a year. If you have 25 or more kilos to lose, okay, you could probably do 4 or 5 shreds in a year. And each time you do it, you will find it easier to do. The first one's always the hardest. And as you go along, you'll find more foods that you like, you'll try new recipes, you'll find more things that are healthy, and you'll learn how to fuel your body. I also want to ask you a question. Don't forget, if you're commenting below, you do go in the draw to win tonight, so make sure you are commenting. If someone has 50 kilos to lose, how long should it take them to lose that weight? What is a realistic time frame for someone who's got 50 kilos or more, let's say 50 kilos, to lose? Pop your comments, pop your answer in the comments, guys. So someone's got 50 kilos to lose. How long should it take them? What do you think? What do you honestly think? Michelle thinks 2 years. Yeah, good answer, Michelle. Anyone else want to have a guess? Shauna, 2 years. Yeah, same as well. I'm just going to wait for a few more answers. I'm intrigued. 2 or 3? Yep. Yep. Wow, you're all got the 2 years now. Yep. Okay, 2.5. Bron thinks 2.5. Peter thinks 12 months. Yeah. So, in reality, most people do say a year, because lots of people have it in their head that you can lose 1 kilo a week. Now, when you are starting on a shred, we're now going to start using that language in this group, guys, okay? When you are on a shred and you haven't done something for a while, you will lose weight faster at the start of the shred, okay? When you're shocking your body into this new system, okay? So a lot of people's answer to that question is 1 year, because there's 50 kilos to lose. You want to lose 1 kilo a week. 52 weeks in a year, allow for Christmas. There you go, 1 kilo a week. However, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, guys, but that is unlikely to happen. It can. It absolutely can happen, but it depends if you want to do it in a fun way, if you want to do it in a way that is sustainable and meets the needs of your families and doesn't put you in a state of being a grumpy woman who's hungry and tired all the time. All right. So you will be starving and miserable if you are trying to lose 50 kilos in 1 year. All right. And when the scale, as we talked about before, we talked about how the scale goes up sometimes. And what happens is when you are on such a deadline, when you give yourself that number on the scale to lose, so let's say you've given yourself 52 weeks to lose 50 kilos. If that scale goes up 1 week, 1 week that scale goes up, it doesn't go down a whole kilo, or it only goes down 300 grams because of your menstrual cycle, or because you've carb loaded, or as we said before, your body just wants to put on weight, or maybe your body's plateaued because you've been eating the same number of calories for 3 months and your body's like, yeah, no, I need more fuel than this. I'm going to stop. I'm going to hold on, right? All of a sudden, you start to doubt yourself. You start to think you're a failure because you haven't lost 1 kilo a week. You're on that goal, and it's a great goal to have, but you're probably going to do more damage mentally than you are to anything else, yeah? Just because you didn't lose 1 kilo in a week, you're going to start those negative thoughts, and all of a sudden you're off track. Now, in my experience with cycling and a solid long-term fat loss goal of 1/2 kilo a week, 0.5 kilos a week, I want you to start thinking about that as an average weight loss number. It would be best to expect that someone could lose 25 to 35 kilos in a year with persistence, with consistency, with dedication, and good, strong habits. You have to have those habits in place. If your habits around food, sleep, hydration, stress, all of those things are not in place, that needs to be fixed first. If you've got less than that to lose, you could do it in less cycles, okay? But you would say that if you've got 25 kilos or more, it would be 4 to 5 cycles a year. If you've got more than 25 to 35 kilos, so maybe you've got that 50 kilos to lose that we talked about, allow time to do it safely, to do it in a fun way that you can still eat yummy food, to do it in a way that you can live happily and consistently, that you are not always on a diet and not always watching what you're eating. And that's where the cycles come in really handy. So one more point I want you to remember before we head off tonight. You did not put on 50 kilos in 1 year. Yeah? You didn't put 50 kilos on in 1 year. I bet my money on it. Yeah? Okay? Unless you got a cyst growing, a 20 kilo cyst growing or something, then maybe you did. But you didn't put on 50 kilos of body fat in 1 year, or you don't put on 20 kilos of body fat in 1 year. So please stop expecting to lose weight as quickly. So many people come into the 8-week challenges, even our 8-week Inner Fit program, and want to lose 15 kilos in 8 weeks. You didn't put on 15 kilos in 8 weeks. You probably didn't even put on 8 kilos in 8 weeks. Guys, you've got to be realistic about how long this takes, especially if you don't want to do it starving, hungry, and miserable and tired, okay? You need to have that 1/2 kilo a week in your brain as your goal. So if you've got 25 kilos to lose, then a year is a good time frame to think about that. Absolutely, it can happen quicker. Absolutely, it can, and that would be amazing. But if you set yourself a goal of 25 to 30 kilos in 1 year, right? If you've got that much to lose, I'm just picking numbers out of the air here, guys. And you're doing it in those cycles, you'll find it much more sustainable. You'll learn more about your food and your exercise and your habits. I don't know how many more times I have to say it. Habits. You will see consistent progress. You will not burn yourself out mentally, and you will still be able to eat foods that you really, really love. All right, guys, question time below. Ask me some questions. Bron, depends on your act. Yeah. So yes, going back to how quickly you lose 50 kilos, it does depend on your activity. So if you're someone who's not very active and then you start getting active, then yeah, you're going to lose quicker than someone who was already active and who's losing weight. Michelle, good question, Michelle. Michelle's in the 8-week challenge, and she has asked, what if you're still in the 8-week plan and make that your normal food routine? Guys, if you hop onto a meal plan that you love and that you can continue forever, absolutely you can. Michelle, it will depend though. Here's the caveat. If you are eating significantly below your calorie balance, depending on your weight, you will get to a point where the weight loss will plateau. It will stop, yeah? And it will happen. It might happen 10 weeks. It might happen 20 weeks. For some people, you might be able to go at 1,600 calories for 6 months. But at some point, Michelle, that weight loss will plateau. And when it does, that's when you take a break. That's when you refeed your body. That's when you give it some of the foods you haven't had in a while. You give it lots more carbohydrates, like good carbohydrates, for a couple of weeks. We call that refeeding. And we talk a lot about refeeding in our Inner Fit Go program, how to reset your metabolism a little bit higher, all those sorts of things. So, Michelle, there will come a point if you plateau, then you come out and you do a maintenance phase for a few weeks, and then you head back in. I hope that makes sense. Let's go down. Peter, how do you get to the point where you want to exercise? Oh, my heart. I guess it's when food's just not cutting it anymore, maybe, Peter. I've always been, that's a hard one. I've always been someone who loves to get outside and go for a walk because, and it's got nothing to do with calories for me anymore. Walking for me every day is about quiet time. It's about clearing my head. I have my best ideas when I walk. And if you are someone who likes walking and not working out or not doing dedicated exercise and you just want to walk, just walk. Guys, you do not have to do weightlifting and hardcore HIIT programs or anything like that to lose weight. Walking is fine. You don't even have to be a runner. If you are moving your body and walking, you will lose weight. You will lose lots of weight. Workouts and weightlifting are for those people. There's two categories of people. People who love it, okay? People who really love that challenge. And two, if you are someone who is ready to sculpt your body, to have some muscle, to really reshape your body, that's when you head into workouts and look at some weights and things like that. But if you are not interested, Peter, in doing those sorts of exercises and you are happy walking, stick with walking. Walking is the best form of exercise. It's low impact. It's not going to injure, you're not going to injure yourself. You're not going to hate it. Okay, it's really good for the endorphins. It's really good for your brain. So as long as you're trying to walk, keep walking, you should be fine there. Sorry, I'm trying to get to everyone's questions. I had to remind Rachel, consistency is key. Perfection and speed and pace are important. No, not really. It's consistency. You're right, Rachel. Consistency is key because perfection does not exist in a weight loss program. I'm sorry. There is no such thing as a perfect diet. You cannot. This is where we get caught with the self-guilt and, you know, the negative self-talk. We cannot be perfect all the time. Chocolate's there to be eaten, ladies. So is ice cream, and wine is there for drinking. Yeah? We have to live our lives. So, Rachel, I love that comment. Well done. Consistency is key. The 80-20 rule, guys. If you are consistently good 80% of the time, you're going to see amazing results. Peter. Well, Peter, maybe go try some. Peter, you need to find something that works for you. So Peter's just said she hears about how people love exercise and they want to do full workouts and she wants to be like that too. Darling, go and try classes and programs. Try different things until you find something that you like. I swear to God, there will be something out there for you. Come and do, ladies, if you're looking for something new, come and do adults ballet with us on a Tuesday night. I know that you might be thinking, oh my God, I can't do ballet. I thought that until about 2 or 3 weeks ago, yeah? But I'm going to give it a crack. And do you know why I'm going to give it a crack? It's new. It's something new. I'm always looking to do something new. I want to add something new into my routine. Plus, have you seen the ass of ballet dancers? Give me a holler if you've ever seen a male ballet dancer's butt. That thing is perfectly shaped. And I, this year, as some of you know, am working on building up my butt. So why not give ballet a go? So if you are looking for something new, it's 7:30 in Hackham with the beautiful Shani from Dance Explosion, right? Let me know if you're interested. Give me a private message if you're interested. It's going to be my first class on Tuesday. Yeah, I'm going to look like a downright D-head probably because I've got, despite the fact I'm a music teacher, I suck at dancing, right? There is nothing elegant about me, but by God, my goal this year is to build my butt. And if that means trying something new, then I'm going to do it. And so should you guys. So come with us. Come with me. Flick me a message and I'll send you the details. There are still spots available. Habit and variety for Bron. Yep, I love that, Bron. You are really good, Bron, at getting a variety of things in. So I'm having trouble scrolling. Yes, Rachel, that is a perfect comment. My God, you've got them tonight. So some of you may want to know the difference between when do you lose weight, lose body fat, and when do you sculpt muscle. If you've got body fat to lose, you want to lose that first. Then sculpt muscle, yeah, or build muscle. And then you lose the fat again to show the muscles more. You shred. That's a whole different conversation that we need to have. We will delve more into bodybuilding as the year goes on. But Rachel, you are right. You lose the weight first. If you've got body fat to lose the weight. Having said that, if you're interested in weightlifting, it can accelerate your body fat, your fat burning results as well. So it is something to consider if you are looking at it. Pole dancing is another great workout for you, but I've never tried pole dancing, but it is on my wish list, Rachel. Okay, should we do some draws? Let's do some draws. So the first one we're going to do is our Self-Care Sunday. And ladies, seriously, ladies, there was only 3 of you in that Self-Care Sunday challenge this week. You're leaving points on the table. So next week, I want to see all of you in that self-care challenge, right? So this one is this week. Here we go. Who's going to win the little gift pack this week? It's Kylie. Kylie, vote. Darling, you've won your gift pack. And congratulations. I will get that to you this week. Kylie should be coming to ballet this week. Aren't you, Kylie? All right. Now, for those of you that commented on on Lizzie's Fashion Friday about the white pants, this is your draw. Let's do that one. There's a few more on this one. I love how they got blue on blue, but you can see there is a line there. And Tabitha, you have won. Tabitha's given some great ideas on Thermomix this week too, guys. Congrats, Tab. I think that's the second one that you've won in a couple of weeks, Tab. So we will get that to you as well. All right, I'm just going to put this one back up. I think that's my favourite part of the lives, guys, is doing the giveaways. So you ladies, Kylie and Tab, you've got a gift pack coming to you. I will get in touch with you as soon as I can. Alrighty, does anyone have any questions? Michelle, F45. Yeah, haven't done F45. If you've done it, let me know what you think. Does anyone have any other questions about tonight and about cycling? And I really hope I've given you something to think about and to hopefully take you off of that continuous diet cycle that is just miserable and just is no fun to be on. It really isn't. But if you, I promise you, you're going to have so much more fun if you start to think of your weight loss in terms of cycles. So you go all in for 8 weeks, then you have a break. Then you go all in again for 8 weeks and have a break. And then you can continue doing this as many times as you want to until you reach your goal weight. I promise you, life will be so much more fun. And like I said, if you are struggling with basic habits, particularly when you're in a shred, when you are trying to lose weight and all you're doing is focusing on calories in and exercise, calories out and exercise, and you're not focusing on those other things, water, sleep, basic exercise, stress, all those sorts of things, you need to come and chat to me, all right? You really need to just have a little quiet word with me and we will get you sorted. Bronze question, how do you know what calories to go up and down within cycles? So that will be based on your weight, Bron. So in maintenance phase, Bron, you will sit at whatever calorie percentage your body needs to maintain the weight, right? So for example, I know that every day, as long as I move and go for a little bit of a walk, but as long as I'm not sitting on my ass all day long, I know that I burn around about 1,800 calories, right? So my maintenance phase would be 1,800 calories. I could eat that and not put on any weight, right? As long as I'm still active. If I'm sitting on the couch all day long, it's a lot lower than that. Having said that, if you have more body fat, right, and if you have more muscle than I do, then you will be higher. For some people with a lot of muscle, they can eat 2,300 calories and probably still lose weight because muscle utilizes your calories quicker, yeah? But in a shred cycle, you want to be eating less than that 1,800 calories. So for me, my number's 1,800 for maintenance. If I want to lose weight, I'm going to go down to 1,600 or slightly less, okay? Because my maintenance isn't very high. I haven't got a lot of room to move. I actually have to make up my difference with exercise. But for some people who have a lot more body fat to lose, you would you just take off maybe 500 calories a day off your maintenance. That's where you would start. So if your maintenance is 2300, you would start at 1800 and see how you go. All right, but yep, cool, Bron. So a shred is always lower calories in, and you want to try and get more calories out through exercise. Alrighty, so let's do our last draw of the night. Hopefully you're all still here. I'm going to scroll through the comments. I haven't lost too many of you. Alright, moving away out of my eyes, and the winner is Peter Patterson. Well done, darling. I hope you're still here. Give me a thumbs up or a comment below to let me know that you're still here, because you have to still be here to claim your prize tonight. Have a quick drink. It's really muggy tonight. Is Peter still here? I'm going to give her another 10 seconds, because if she's not here, she doesn't win. Thanks, Rachel. You have a great week too, lovely. Oh no, I think Peter's gone. No. All right, we'll draw again. We're going to draw again. Okay, here we go. Sorry guys, that's the rules. You've got to stay on right till the end. Here we go. Mel Thompson. Mel, you have got I know Mel's still here. I can see her profile picture at the top, but give us a thumbs up, Mel, or a yay down the bottom. You've won yourself a gift voucher to spend on our website. So congrats, Mel. Yeah, good girl. All right, guys, have a lovely week. And as always, if you have any questions about what we've talked about tonight, I am there for you to message me. So please, please, please reach out. All right, guys, have a great week. Bye.